Alright, what's good everyone, my name is G-Sen, and welcome to a video where I talk about the PlayStation and release of the PlayStation and how I think Sony could have gone about doing this a little bit better. This video is sponsored by absolutely no one, I just like candy. Okay, so I'm actually here to bitch about the PlayStation 5 and the release of it. And I actually have one. Before anyone's like, oh, well, you have one, you don't have a right to bitch. It should mean something that I have one, and I still think Sony's approach was jack shit terrible. I guess I'll start with the thing that I think they did okay, and I do literally mean just okay, and that was the pre-order system. Obviously, pre-ordering is nothing new. It's been around for some time. You've been able to pre-order consoles and games and all that shit for who the fuck knows how long now. So doing that, totally fine. The thing that makes it just okay is that a lot of people, including myself, didn't know about it at all. Some people kind of caught wind of it last minute. I didn't even know it happened until like already past when it happened. So I think if a company's gonna do pre-ordering, I think they should be a bit more public and vocal about it. Maybe I definitely didn't do the best job of kind of like looking around preemptively. But then again, I also didn't know the situation that it would arise upon like actually trying to buy the console on release. So what I will say is I do think I got off a lot easier than a lot of other people. In fact, I know I got off a lot easier. I only had to try hard for like one day. For some people, that's, you know, way easy. Now what I did do is I called about 6 or 7 places to see if like, hey, do you guys plan on having any PlayStation 5s in stock upon the day of release? And of course they'd be like, no, you know, sorry, we're not getting any, we're just doing pre-orders. So I wasn't entirely surprised by that. I kind of figured that's how it was gonna go. One of the statements that was said to me that was also true is it's never been harder for me to spend $500 in my life. And that is so true, and I'm sure for a lot of people would like agree with that as well. Prior to the day of release, they were actually doing some sales early, like most places do, like a day early or whatever at certain time slots, and they were according to Eastern time. So you kind of had to do a little bit of calculation. A lot of people kind of got confused and they didn't pay attention to the fact that it was Eastern time. I mean, all you had to do was look a little bit. So I tried one time slot while I was at work and I was on break and I failed. You know, it was kind of laggy over by where I work. Like the internet's not very good in that location. So later on in the day I tried again and there was no dice. And then I think I tried one more time, and I tried Walmart. I actually got a PlayStation 5 in my cart, but everything was out of stock. It was saying like, oh, you know, we'll save it to your cart or whatever, so that when we're in stock, you know, you can buy it. Great, awesome. Now, I actually planned a work day around this, of the fact that it was actually in my cart. I planned an entire work day around this. First off, I intended to leave early, and I was even trying to purchase said item on my breaks, but as I said, the internet where I work is not very good. So pretty much by the time I would try and it would reload the page, it was just a no-go. I headed home about 1:30. Takes me about 30 minutes or so to get home. Not that bad. I decided to try to stop into my Walmart to see if they had any by chance, and the Walmart where I live was essentially telling me that they were not going to get any PS5s at all. Which to me, a little bit crazy, but it is a smaller area, so I wasn't entirely surprised by this, but it just still kind of like I was taken aback by it a little bit. So eventually I did get home and I tried Walmart at 3 o'clock. And pretty much as soon as 3 o'clock hit, the site just starts lagging. So immediately I knew it was not my internet. It was just so much traffic congesting the site that I was making it lag. And there was definitely talks of bots buying up PS5s so that they can be like resold at a higher price, which, you know, that's not entirely surprising. So as I said, I tried Walmart, started lagging. I knew there was pretty much no way I was going to get one. So I was just like, alright, let me try Amazon. And I got lucky, and there was one available for purchase. I purchased it, and it's here, and it's next to me. And I got very lucky. So what I can't say is that everyone else got lucky, and to me that's like incredibly frustrating. I'm frustrated for everyone else that is trying just as hard as I did, if not harder, to get this console and failing time and time and time again. And I've seen it so many times, And I feel incredibly bad. You know, I have some of my friends telling me like, no way, that's so sick that you got one. But then again, they're bummed out because they're unable to get one. I got lucky enough, and I was fortunate enough that I was able to scoop one up. But me having one, and these other people not having one, and wanting one just as bad as I do, feels so shitty. Like, you want everyone else to like bask in this with you. You want them to bathe in the sunlight with you. But they just can't, man. They didn't get a ticket. So as I stated, I thought the pre-order system was fine. It did have its flaws, that it wasn't publicized enough. But I think this whole system that Sony's doing now, where they're kind of releasing limited waves and they're not sending this product off to certain locations, is totally flawed. Now, I kind of get where Sony's coming from, where they want a supply and demand system, but they're creating a lot of demand without the supply to offset it. And that's where scalpers are coming in and upselling the console at like more than double the price of what it actually is. PS5 disc version, $1,350, $1,000. So obviously you kind of get the point. They've created a demand, a lot of demand, but they're not putting the supply to offset that demand, thus kind of getting more of an in for these people to upsell. Now, something simple that Sony could have done that would have been at least a little bit better is being more vocal about the times and places that people are going to be able to find this console. As I said, I like the pre-order system. Do the pre-order system with these waves of consoles. So pre-apply for a wave of console or time slot or whatever the fuck. If someone gets accepted, they get an email confirmation or something that says, oh, you've been accepted for this queue. Like, apply this code at this website and you will have a PS5 being shipped to you. Something like that. You can kind of workshop that a little bit, but that's kind of like a general idea that would have made things a lot better. There's also been jokes around the wave size of how many PlayStations are being released at any given time. Of like, man, I would love a PlayStation 5, but they're only releasing like 15 at a time per wave, which is like, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if they're releasing 15 or 10 or 50 or 100, 1,000 per wave per place. But obviously for a lot of people, like, when a wave drops, sold out instantly. Now, something I did hear is that there's going to be a wave of consoles in stores for Black Friday. I don't know if this is true. This is just a rumor I heard. If it is true, great, maybe. And what I mean by maybe is, if there's a Black Friday for this console and there's not that many of this console, someone's gonna get fucking stabbed, dude. I shit you not, someone will get stabbed in a parking lot of like a fucking Target or some shit over a PS5. People have been stabbed for less. I would not be surprised if this happens. I'm fucking calling it now.